The cotton lavender, or Santolina, is a really useful plant for coastal and very dry areas, semi-desert areas. It's a native of the Western Mediterranean, and I'd like to quickly demonstrate how you might go about making a symbol to represent it. There are a number of things to look for, and the first and most important, I think, is to make sure you keep the file size relatively small. And if we type the FS shortcut, that tells us that the file size here is 23 kilobytes, which is really very, very small. So we've achieved our aim. So how's it done? Well, if I pick the circle here, it's on a layer called Plant Construction, as is a point marker that's put in the center. So if we were to use this symbol in a landscape plan, and we wanted the construction team to see where the plants were going, but didn't want all the fancier graphic elements, we could simply turn off the plant symbol layer, and what we're left with is just the circle and a marker. Conversely, if we want to show this to the client, we can turn off the construction layer and turn off the plant symbol layer, and there we have a symbol. Let me get rid of the image. We now have a symbol ready to be used in any gCADPlus design. It's a small symbol, so we could insert it into a design and copy it many times. You would normally, I think, copy from there. You'd probably group little clumps and groups of these. You might even then take a clump such as that and scale it down like so. You might then rotate that individual one. So what I'm trying to do is, when I'm using this, and it's not been turned into a block yet, so that's why that little one there was missed, we're trying to get a more fluid use of our symbols. So this symbol corresponds to the gCADPlus standard, and you can incorporate that into your block symbol library. To achieve the small file size, I've made the outer grey zone just a polyline, applied a fill, and I haven't given it a border, but the internal symbols representing the floral head have just been done by a simple circle, again applying a fill and giving it a border colour to make it stand out, and I've made a couple of these circles slightly different yellows. The key issue is, by using simple entities like this, we're just trying to give the impression of this particular species and keep the file size very low.